Hello student, this is Pallab Darbari, your host, and you are watching Pallab Darbari classes. In this video, we will discuss Chapter 4, Business Studies Class 11th, Business Services. Let us see the functions performed by the commercial banks. Commercial bank performs primary functions and the secondary functions. Under the primary function, two functions are there: accepting deposits and lending money. Bank accept deposit by opening up the demand deposit account and the term deposit account. And bank provide lending facilities through the term loan, through the demand loan, through overdraft and cash credit. The secondary function which the bank performs are the agency functions: discounting bill of exchange, credit creation, investment of funds. There are other secondary functions as well, like providing locker facilities, issuing traveler's check, and so on. So we have seen that the commercial bank perform two types of the functions: primary function and the secondary function. Primary functions is accepting deposit and lending money, and secondary functions agency function, discounting bill, credit creation, investment of funds, and other functions like locker, issuing traveler check, and so on. Let us discuss the primary function first. The first primary function is accepting deposits. Accepting deposit is the main function of the commercial bank. Banks offer different types of bank accounts according to the requirements and needs of the customers. Different types of bank accounts are term deposits and demand deposits. The question is, what is term deposit and what are the demand deposits? Term deposit is the account under which customers deposit the money for the stipulated time period. When the customer deposit the money for the fixed period of time, it is called term deposit. And the demand deposit is the account which is being opened and under which the customers can withdraw the money at any time by the use of check. So the demand deposit is a checkable deposit which has nothing to do with the time factor. And on the other hand, the term deposit is the account under which the customers open up the account or keep the money for the stipulated time period, and once the time period is matured or when the time period is lapsed, he can get the possession of the money which he has deposited. In between, he cannot withdraw the money. So let us see the term deposit first. Under the term deposit, we are having two types of the accounts. The first one is fixed deposits and the other one is called recurring deposit. Firstly, we will discuss the fixed deposits. Listen, fixed deposit is the term deposit under which the customer will deposit the money for the fixed period of time. Under the fixed deposit, he will deposit the lump sum money for a fixed period of time, and after the expiry of the specified period, the person can claim his money from the bank. Usually the rate of interest is maximum in this account. Right now it is 8% per annum. The maximum time period under which a person can keep the money for the fixed deposit is 10 years and the minimum time period is 7 days. The next is the current deposit account. See, it is a demand deposit account. As I told you, there are two types of demand deposit account. One is the current deposit account and the other one is called the saving deposit account. Let us see the current deposit account first. Current deposit accounts are opened by the businessman. The account holder can deposit and withdraw the money at any time and at any number of time whenever he desired. So current deposit is a checkable deposit in which a person deposits the money and can withdraw the money by the use of check at any number of time. The account holder will not get any interest on current account. Rather, the bank charge some commissions for services which they provide through this account. The next one is saving deposit account. Listen, it is again the demand deposit account. As I told you, two types of the demand deposits are there, current and the saving. The aim of the saving account is to mobilize saving of the public. The main purpose is that the saving habit should be inculcated among the customers, among the people. An individual can open up this account. Business house cannot open saving account. Why? Because there is a restriction that in a day 6 times a person can deposit and withdraw the money, and business cannot carry out the activities by interacting with the customer 6 times only. So the saving account is not being availed, will not be used by the business houses. This saving account facility is only opened and used by the individuals. Under it, he can withdraw the money from his account by the use of check. The account holder gets interest on his deposits. Currently the rate of interest is 4%. In this account, the rate of interest is lower than the interest which the customers get on fixed deposit account. Now let us see the recurring deposit account. As I told you, term deposits are of two types. First we have seen the fixed deposit, and the second one is recurring deposit. Under the fixed deposit, lump sum money is fixed. Lump sum money is being deposited for the stipulated time period. But under the recurring deposit, the person is not having the lump sum money, but he want to save the money for the future. So the bank, just to encourage this saving habit, open up the recurring deposit account. Under this deposit account, the person will deposit every month a minimum balance, that is 100 rupees is the minimum amount which he can deposit. It can increase, it totally depends upon the customer, how much money he want to deposit through this account or under this account. So he will keep on depositing the money for the fixed period of time, and he will also get the interest on this deposit when the time period is over or after the maturity. The person can withdraw the money, or person will get the amount he has deposited in this account along with the interest. The interest rate on this account is higher than saving but less than fixed deposit account. There is another account, that is a multiple option deposit account. This multiple option deposit account is a hybrid between the term deposit and the recurring term deposit and the demand deposits. Let us see the next banking function, that is lending money. That is the second primary function, lending money with the help of money collected through various types of deposits. Commercial bank lends finance to businessmen, farmers and others. The main ways of lending money are as follows. Number one, term loan. These loans are provided by the businesses to the customers for a fixed period to purchase machinery, truck, scooter, etc. The borrowers repay the loan in monthly, quarterly, half-yearly or annual installments. Only after the lapse of the stipulated time period he can return the money, not in between. If the loan taker will deposit the money before the stipulated time period, even then he has to pay the complete interest, because it is a term loan, it is being given for the stipulated time period. The next is overdraft facility. Remember one thing, the customer who maintains a current account with the bank can avail the bank overdraft facility. The current account holders takes permission from the bank to withdraw more money than deposited in his account. The extra amount withdrawn is called overdraft. This facility is available to trustworthy customers for a small period. This facility is usually given against the security of some assets or on the personal security of the customer. Interest is charged on the actual amount withdrawn by the customer. So under the overdraft, the money which you have overwithdrawn and the time period the customer is holding the money till that time period, and on that money which he has overwithdrawn he has to pay the interest. The next is cash credit. Under this arrangement, the bank advances cash loan up to a specified limit against the current assets and other securities. Mostly the saving account holder avail this cash credit facilities. The next is demand loan. Under the demand loan system, the bank credit the entire loan amount to the borrower. The borrower thus becomes liable to pay the interest on the entire loan amount. But there is one benefit. At any time he can return the money, as long as he is holding the money, and for the time being he is holding the money he has to pay the interest on the money and for the time being. Now let us discuss the secondary functions. The secondary functions of the commercial banks are: number one, agency functions. Beside performing the major functions of acceptance of deposits and granting of loans, the commercial banks also perform various agency functions as well. Let us see the agency functions. The first one is transfer of funds. Bank provide easy and cheap flow of funds from one place to another by a mail transfer, demand draft, etc. The next one is collection and the payment of funds. The bank also perform the functions of collecting funds on behalf of their customers through bills, checks, etc. In addition to this, banks also make certain payments such as taxes, insurance premium, etc. on behalf of their customers. The next one is purchase and sale of securities and foreign exchange. Since the commercial banks are more knowledgeable in regards to the stock and shares, thereby they buy and sell such securities on behalf of their customers. Similarly, banks also purchase and sell foreign exchange for their customers. The next is role of a trustee and executor. The commercial banks also perform the role of the trustee and executor for the property of their customers. The next is provisions of underwriting facilities. Certain commercial banks provide the facility of underwriting the sale of new shares. The next are discounting bill of exchange. Firstly, we should know what is the meaning of bill of exchange. Listen, in the business, every transaction is going on credit basis. For example, A has purchased a goods from B. So A will give the bill of exchange to B, in which he will make the declaration that on the stipulated time period he will make the payment to B, provided B has to show the bill of exchange to him. If B is in the need of the money in between, what the B will do? He will go to his bank, he will deposit the bill of exchange in his bank, the bank will deduct some money and give the money in consideration of the bill of exchange. That is called discounting of bill of exchange. So what facility the bank is giving? Bank discount the bill of exchange, because of which the businessman get the benefit of getting the money of bill of exchange before the maturity. The next is credit creation. The commercial banks multiply the money to many folds by contributing in the circulation of money through the credit creation. The next is investment of funds. Apart from granting loans and advances, the bank also invests the surplus funds in securities. We have seen that bank mostly perform two functions, that is accepting deposits and granting loans. Apart with these two functions, bank also performs investment of funds. What it means? It means that whatever the surplus fund the bank is having, that surplus fund bank invest in the stock market. The securities on which the bank deposit the money or invest the money is of two types. The bank can invest the money on government securities, and the bank can also invest the money on other approved securities. The question is, what are the government securities in which the government invests the money, or government securities in which the bank invests the money? Government securities refers to the securities of the central government and the state government, for example, national savings certificate. So if the bank is holding extra fund, that extra fund the bank will invest in the securities for the fixed time period, and on these securities the bank can easily earn profit or can multiply the investment to many folds. Through this also bank earn profit. The bank invests the money in other securities as well. We have seen government securities. Now let us see the other securities. The other securities are those securities which are included or which is being given under the provisions of Banking Regulation Act 1949. Example, bank invest the money on electricity board project, housing board project, etc. By investing the money in electricity board, housing board, the bank can also earn profit. So in this way, bank use the surplus funds and multiply the money to many folds and earn the profit. Now let us see the other functions. Apart with the above mentioned function, the commercial banks also perform various other functions like providing locker facilities. So through the locker facilities, it provides the facility to the customer for keeping their valuables, issuing traveler check and letter of credit. These are the facilities which the bank gives to the customers, and they minimizes the risk of carrying cash while traveling. The next is providing useful business and statistical information. The bank tipped off the statistical information which is beneficial for framing business policies. Let us see the electronic banking services. By the use of computers and the internet, the banks also use or also give services. So by the use of computers and the internet, the services which the business gives is called the banking services or electronic banking services. Let us see the following services. For example, electronic fund transfer. Under it, the bank transfer wages and salaries directly from the company's account to the account of the customers or account of the employees. The next is automatic teller machine. The short form is ATM, and everybody knows through this machine the person can withdraw the money 24/7. What they have to do, they simply has to enter the PIN and can withdraw the money. The next is debit card. A debit card is issued to customers in lieu of his money deposited in the bank. The customer can make immediate payments of goods purchased or services obtained on the basis of his debit card. The next one is credit card. Bank issues a credit card to those of its customers who enjoyed good reputation. This is a sort of overdraft facility. The next is telebanking. Under this facility, a customer can get information about the account balance or any other information about the latest transactions on the telephone. The next is core banking solution, centralized banking solution, or in other words, we can say it is a centralized banking solution. In this system, customers, by opening up a bank account in one branch, can operate the same account in all the centralized banking solution branches. So this point is clear. Centralized banking solution branches. The next one is National Electronic Fund Transfer, that is NIFTY. NIFTY refers to the nationwide system that facilitates individuals, firms and companies to electronically transfer funds from one branch to another. Individuals, firm or company having an account with other bank branch in the country. NIFTY settles transactions in branches. This settlement takes place at a particular point of time only. The next one is real-time gross settlement. RTGS refers to the fund transfer system where transfer of funds take place from one bank to another on a real-time and gross time basis. That is, settlement in real time means transactions are settled as soon as they are processed and are not subject to any waiting period. Gross settlement means the transaction is settled on one-to-one basis without bunching or netting with the other transactions. Now let us see the benefits of the e-banking to the customers. E-banking provides 24 hours a day, 365 days service. It means 24/7 services to the customers. The next is customers can make transaction from office or house or while traveling via mobile phone. The next is there is a greater customer satisfaction through e-banking. Let us see the benefits of e-banking to bank. E-banking lowers the transaction cost. Loads of branch can be reduced. E-banking provides competitive advantage to banks, add values to the banking relationship. That's all I have in this video. Thanks for watching. God bless you all. Dear subscribers, if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe the channel and don't forget to press the bell icon so that whenever I upload the new video, you get the notification.